let's go. Quick history, I'm done with vlogging. Amidst technology uprisings and Skynet downfalls and mainly bank balance emptyings. That's kind of over and done with. 651 is kaput for now. I'm going to do this instead. I'm going to do something that I've done for quite a while. It's called talking, and I'm just going to play that skill set. So enjoy that. Let's talk Star Wars. Okay, to start this off, I'm just going to be clear, if you haven't seen the film, don't watch this video. This is going to have spoilers in it. The film, the feature we're talking about, will be spoiled. I will be spoiling it by including spoilers in this video. I am going to... Han Solo dies. We're just going to... That's out there now. You should have stopped watching if you haven't seen it, and now I've said it. So with an older brother who outbirthed me by 7 years, I was kind of brought up with Star Wars, the VHSs, the Lego sets, everything was there in my house already. Of course, my youth and innocence was brought to cinema in the form of The Phantom Menace, which I went at with sheer enthusiasm, as if it was cocaine induced, which could be something to do with the drug problem in Scotland, could be something to do with me being quite hyper, and, you know, Star Wars. This youth and innocence meant that my brother had to read out the iconic title scene as it went past in text, and I actually liked Jar Jar Binks. But yesterday, I got to go to the cinema again, and this time I got to read the words all by myself. Yeah. And now I know a little bit more about Jar Jar Binks and what he is. He's a... Yes, the Force has awakened, folks, not just in the bank balances of many people who work in Hollywood, but also in the hearts and souls of many women and men and women even across the globe. It's literally taken over. Like, it's quite worrying. The wonderful human being that is J.J. Abrams, who's made famous for writing the Lost theme tune, is taken from just having a trek for the stars to going on to full-blown wars. He's done this amazingly so, and he's hyped us all up, as you can all tell. He's also done it with a relatively unknown cast, which is quite impressive. So let's talk about them a little bit. Yeah. Firstly, there's Daisy Ridley, or arguably main lead. She plays Rey.
Rey, more like Bay.
Yeah. This character comes across fantastic. Straight off the bat, she's quite resistant to human interaction as such, and she doesn't want to be friends with anyone. That's due to these abandonment issues. But as it goes on, you see that she kind of wants to warm to people and open up to people. And not just people, but the Force. And not just the Force, but lightsabers. Like, I'm talking... Like, it happens. And it's really happy. And I was really glad. This all comes to light thanks to Edna Mode from The Incredibles, who apparently has just decided to become a Star Wars character now. This whole film literally seems to be about out-of-work actors getting on the screen again. Which is nice. We also meet Finn quite early, played by John Boyega. Straight off the bat, he's an interesting character. He's went against the First Order. He's became a traitor. He was supposed to be a stormtrooper. He's joined up, pretended to be a member of the Alliance just to, I don't know, get some tail. And yeah, it's good to see. He plays like quite a good comic relief part for the most. He's on the run, of course, and it just constantly they see light in that. I think that the sort of Disney side, the MCU, Disney as well, is more specific. That sort of humour is kind of came across, the stuff that we've already seen in the likes of the Avengers, the stuff that gives you those nerd goosebumps in that and makes you laugh and giggle like a little 5-year-old. Yeah, he's good for that. But furthermore than that, we see him kind of go from this traitor to like showing a lot of courage and becoming a bigger part of the puzzle. It'd be really interesting to see further down the line, making babies with Rey, what they'll have, making babies have him do in the films later on. Probably make babies with Rey. It's gonna happen, isn't it? But yeah, he is a fantastic character. It's really cool to have like this, not just your stereotypical character. He came from a different background, he's got a different light on things, he continues to adapt as the film goes on, let alone for the next films to come. So yeah, that's interesting. And now to the dark side. Let's talk Kylo Ren. I think a lot of people had predicted the origins of the film already and already kind of anticipated that Ren was going to be the son of Leia and Han, which of course that came true. I'd also though already kind of had a lot of hearsay about Rey being also the daughter of them, which turned out not to be true, which kind of leads to question as to where Rey came from. Probably should stop talking about Rey so much. Ren as a whole though, fantastic character, really well done. Yeah, so he's the love child of Han and Leia. She's like just awesome. Like even now, even at this age, thinking about Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford. I'm not thinking about the weird stuff. I'm just thinking like, I want them to be happy. I just kind of want them, like, to go for like lunch on a Sunday to like the same restaurant every Sunday. Probably a cafe, not a restaurant. The death of Han though at Ren's hands, the death of Han at Kylo Ren's hands was also something that a lot of people had sort of spoke off. You know, everyone thought there was going to be a death, kind of knew there would be, and yeah, it turns out to be Han. It was gutting, but you know, it was fine. It had to happen. It's totally fine. Didn't even cry. So I do think Ren's been put in a really good position though. Like, he's got these flickerings of light that you see in him. He's got this doubt. You know, he's talking to Vader's mask, literally saying like, "I'm not dark enough." Just don't know what's a mask. Yeah, they're making this like sort of. He's filled with self-conflict, which is quite interesting. Whilst he thinks he's on the right path, which he's not. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. That fight that he had with Rey was like really cool. It was cool to see. Although he was trained as a Jedi, he was trained with the Force, and then this girl comes along and just like beats his ass just because she got told to shut her eyes and think of her happy place. He's a bit a little bitch, isn't he? No, that's okay. Like, I get that, and that shows the sheer power of Rey. And now that she's with Luke as well, and Ren's been sent back to Snoke, it'll be interesting to see where they both sort of develop as characters. The only real problem I had with Ren isn't even really with Ren. It was more with Luke, because like, as the story sort of tells, it's kind of as if Winston Churchill was teaching a history class on World War II, and one of the boys in that class went, "I don't know, this Hitler fellow, some good ideas." Like, what was Luke telling him? Like, what the? Sure, it was good. Sure, it was good. Makes for 3 more films, I guess. Besides those 3 new main characters, there's also some other new characters that you've probably never heard of. There's Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford, which they were pretty good in it. And then some that you might have heard of off screen, for instance, BB-8, which if you have functioning eyes or ears, you've probably seen every second waking moment of your life for the last 6 months. Gotta put it to Disney, that PR team. It's ingrained. I'm still singing Frozen. Yay, consumerism. That said, I really can't get annoyed, because I'm the sort of person that gets angry when I'm on a plane and people clap when it lands. They're literally applauding getting chucked in a tin through the air and surviving it, and I get angry at that. But when BB-8 done the thumbs up to Finn and people in my cinema actually clapped and started laughing, I kind of wanted to join in. Like, kind of was like, yeah. It's like giggly, you know, you get that warm feeling. Overall, this film was fantastic. It lived up to the hype. It was a nostalgic ride that brought on like laughs, maybe cries a little bit. Taught you that no matter how big or evil something is, if you get a couple of X-Wing starfighters, you're gonna be okay. And yeah, it all came together. Like, it was such a juggernaut in the run-up. To actually have it pull through is really impressive, and I can't wait for next year already. I'd say in order so far now, just after the first watch, mind, that I would go for 5, 6, 7, 4, 3, 1, 2. My order for the films. I'm actually tempted to go see it tonight at 3 AM because it's the only IMAX showing that isn't sold out for like the next week. So it's quite good. It made quite the impression. So yeah, I already can't wait for next year, and yeah, no really complaints. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, do whatever you want if you've never seen this channel before, and have a Merry Christmas, even though it's kind of obvious it's not going to get better than this. Oh wait, no, I should have ended it with "May the Force be with you," because that would have been terrible. Actually, no, I'm gonna just say one thing. I had to have one complaint. Is it, why at the beginning of a film this good, this great, would you put the Batman vs Superman trailer? Like, why would you put us through that before the best moment of your life? Like, it's a bit of a dick move. Have a word.